everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. So, look at these ugly glasses readers. So, this doesn't have a lens, and this does. So, my left eye, I have a contact in, and I don't need readers for my left eye. Hence, the lack of glass here. So, I have this. These are kind of ugly. My wife bought these for $1. Okay. I usually wear these. I like these. I like the shape of these, but I don't really see clear. It's too strong on the left, because my left eye is almost perfect. So, okay, getting right into this. I'm going to wear, so pardon this. My wife says, don't do a video recording with this because it looks stupid. So I said, well, let me just talk about it first. So, Okay, so getting right into this. As people know, people who follow me, know that I have friends on both sides. Both sides mean politically, left and the right, this and that. I am a progressive liberal, really a centrist, center left. I've done several videos on where I stand politically. So I like to hear from all sides, right? So do the people on the right infuriate me? Yes. Really, let me just restate this and clarify. It's not so much Republican, although I've never really cared too much for that sort of thinking and philosophy and ideology, right-wing stuff. Most of it's like, all the way back since I was a little kid. I've always been a progressive, liberal, hippie kind of rock star, and I always thought as the right-wingers as squares and boring. I always thought they're, but of course, I'm really sweeping generalization. You have right-wing physicians and real smart business people, Wall Street, which those people I love. Okay, but anyway, then you have the Archie Bunker Republicans, who are not too smart, blue collar and whatever. So anyway, okay, to clarify, I'm not so pissed at the Republican Party. It's the Trump supporters. Okay, and the people who support him as cronies and sycophants. It's disgusting. But anyway, let me just get right into this. So I have friends I've met on social media. There's this one guy, I'll just give his first name. His name is Dan, and he's a right-wing guy. We've had conversations back and forth. I instant message him, and he's a real interesting guy. I believe he's 64 years old, and he's a biker. He's a tough, strong guy, and he's rugged, okay? He's been through, and he has worked with, blue collar stuff. So I respect him, and I like his balls, you know what I mean? People, if you don't know, bikers have always been Republican. I don't know if you people know about this, but people you think like, oh, total, like, you kidding me? Hell's Angels, the pagans, they're totally gangster and anti-establishment. Of course they're going to be Democrats. Not so. Not so. Read Sonny Barger's autobiography. And this was back in the 60s, right? He goes, fuck those Berkeley faggot. Oops, I shouldn't say faggot. I might get kicked off. Fuck those Berkeley pussies. They're these hippie people. He goes, we're right wing, man. We're gangster. I'm not anti-war, like that kind of thing, So it was kind of weird. To me, it was shocking. Because I always associated, liberal, whatever. Okay, so this guy is a right winger, and it's really, really, I knew this. I wasn't terribly surprised, and I know some other bikers I see on Facebook which is gross, Trump supporters, but it is, so I know not to be surprised. So he sent me a video, and I got to play this, all right, and then I'll comment further. Okay, ready? This is interesting about older generation right wingers. They have this notion that the Gen Z newer generation are soft. And, well, let me just play the video and then I'll comment. Ready?
I can't believe we made it. According to today's regulators and bureaucrats, those of us who were kids in the 50s, 60s, 70s, or even early 80s probably should not have survived. Our baby cribs were covered with bright-colored lead-based paint. We had no child-proof lids or locks on medicine bottles, doors, or cabinets. And when we rode our bikes, we had no helmets. We drank water from the garden hose and not from a bottle. We ate cupcakes, bread, and butter, and drank soda with lots of sugar in it. But we were rarely overweight because we were always outside playing. We would leave home in the morning and play all day, as long as we were back when the street lights came on. No one was able to reach us all day. Smartphones? We didn't have cell phones at all. No PlayStations, Xboxes, limitless channels on cable, laptops, or tablets. Facebook was an actual face and an actual book. We had friends. We went outside and found them. We played dodgeball, and sometimes the ball would hurt. We fell out of trees, got cut, and broke bones and teeth. And there were no lawsuits from these accidents. No one was to blame but us. Remember accidents? We had fights and punched each other and got black and blue and learned to get over it. We made up games with sticks and tennis balls, and although we were told it would happen, we didn't put out any eyes. We rode bikes or walked to a friend's home, knocked on the door, rang the bell, or just walked right in and talked to them. Little League had tryouts, and not everyone made the team. Those who didn't had to learn to deal with disappointment. Some students weren't as smart as others, so they failed a grade and were held back to repeat the same grade. Tests were not adjusted for any reason. Our actions were our own. Consequences were expected. The idea of parents bailing us out if we got in trouble in school or broke a law was unheard of. They actually sided with the school or the law. Imagine that. Now, this generation has produced some of the best risk takers, problem solvers, and inventors ever. We had freedom, failure, success, and responsibility, and we learned how to deal with it. If you've related to anything that was just said, you're one of them. Congratulations.
All right.
You made it.
That was good. I enjoyed that, but so wrong on so many levels. So first of all, like the lead and all that, do you know how many people, like you said, nobody died? No. Go on Google, man. Why do you think, like, everyone you know, like my age or older, is fucking dead or has cancer? All right? So, yeah, there are exceptions, but man, we're getting smart. We know that's not a good thing to have lead in paint, and really shitty things happen. Now, listen. I know what he's saying, like, stop the pussification, right, of our society and all this, oh, we're too sensitive and snowflake and this and that, and how about the Little League, like, oh, no, there are no losers and all this, and we have to make sure nobody's feelings get hurt. I understand that. I mean, it's disgusting and ridiculous on the left, the ridiculous left, I call them, the liberal lunatics, right? That's not me, by the way. Of course, I'm a middle-aged guy, all right? So I'm not one of these college kids. I do understand that, but it's just a take that is really kind of silly. By the way, I'm a baby boomer, by the way, and I am fascinated with this younger generation. There are some things I don't like this whole trans thing is fucking ridiculous, and I'm going to be doing video recordings on that. Like, I have next to zero sympathy or empathy with transsexuals, right? Transvestite, whatever. They're not transvestites. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, listen, I don't want anything bad to happen to them. And if you want to if that's your deal and whatever, I don't really give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. But I'm like, listen, man, there are worse things in life. Like, oh, I think I'm a girl, and I'm like, dude, like, get the fuck out of here. Like you're gonna go into like this whole. I really digress here, but that's what Tabor Talk is. But, like, you're some fucking bearded dude and you identify as a woman, you're going to go into the ladies' room and take a fucking shit next to my 8-year-old daughter. Like, get the fuck out of here. All right. So I digress. So yeah, there's some ridiculousness shit there. But there's also some awesome stuff. I think these kids are smarter than ever. With the computers, they were born with the internet. Now, yes, there are pros and cons. People just staying on their iPhone and not going out and playing and all, whatever, But, man, these kids are smart. You have all this information here. So it's a little bit of both, all right? So I'll leave it at that. I enjoyed the video. I like my friend Dan. He's a really cool guy, biker guy, But he's, I'm thinking about having him on my channel. I'm going back and forth. He's a real interesting guy, Okay, on that note, good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk.